All right, what's going on, guys? This is Corey from Lion Dads. I help my fellow dads get back in shape and get healthy with a carnivore diet and back to basics exercise. And in today's video, I want to talk to you guys about the different types of carnivore diet that you can do and what I think of each one based on my experience. So, first of all, this video is not meant to confuse anybody or try to get you to think one way is right or wrong. Like I've always said, this isn't a law or a religion. It's what is finding what works best for you and your weight loss and your health while being, someone or something that you can do long term. If you can do the more strict variations of this diet, then hey man, good for you. If you're looking for a way to do it while still enjoying yourself and being creative, then that's awesome too. What's right for me might be wrong for you and vice versa. So I also want to go ahead and say that I have tried almost all of these at some point in my path. I typically do different things at different points in the year, depending on what my goals are. And the closer I get to that goal, I might go a little more strict, as you'll see if you keep following me this year, because I kind of have that going on. So I'm going to start off kind of with your basic carnivore diet, which, believe it or not, is not the broadest of the spectrum here, but it just feels like the one that I should address first. And like it sounds, carnivore diet is basically anything from an animal and pretty much the way I eat most of the time. So no animals are really off limits. Your beef, your pork, poultry, seafood, dairy, you name it. If it comes from an animal, you're good to go. You can eat it all. Some people would say that only seasoning your food with salt is the proper way to do it. I always use seasoning, so maybe I'm more on one of the other variations on this list, depending on who you ask. But you can go in circles with people all day on this kind of stuff. But when people are just talking about the carnivore diet, this is the one that I automatically think about until they start saying they do some other variant or something. But this is it at its most basic, right? Or what it's foundationally, fundamentally supposed to be. You're also going to be cooking your food in only animal fats like butter, bacon grease, and stuff like that on this diet. A lot of people do this one nose to tail as well, and that's in which you're eating all the organs and stuff, but I will get more in depth on that later. So on the scale above this one, because I do this one from a least strict at the top down to most restrictive. So a carnivore diet would be here, and then this next one would be right up here. This one is going to be your ketovore diet, and this is kind of what it sounds like, basically as being a carnivore diet, but with some other low carb options used as supplementary ingredients. So when I talk about when I'm making myself a carnivore pizza and I use Italian sausage as the crust, I air fry that, and then I put my toppings on and bake it, that's actually a ketovore type meal, even though I call it carnivore pizza, because I do use a little marinara sauce on it, right? Or some kind of pizza sauce. And obviously marinara or pizza sauce, that comes from tomatoes. So obviously tomatoes are a plant, a fruit, and that's not carnivore. It just, that doesn't have a negative effect on me, so I'm able to do it. Some people don't do well with tomatoes. They can't have marinara sauce and they can't do a carnivore pizza, right? I also use seasonings on my diet. Like I said, I make sure that they don't have sugar and a bunch of other crap in them that I don't want. Obviously seed oils, stuff like that. A lot of people consider seasonings to be more ketovore, whether I'm using garlic, onion powder, black pepper, cumin, things like that. This is also where all your condiments will come into play on this ketovore diet. Mustard, sugar-free ketchup, and barbecue sauce, or mayonnaise. And you can make your own carnivore mayonnaise at home using eggs and bacon grease or butter. There are awesome online recipes. You can find a ton of them. Just do a quick Google search, carnivore mayo, boom, it'll pop up. Or you can also buy the Primal Kitchen stuff, but that's more ketovore. It has avocado oil in it instead of your soybean oil and all that stuff. So that would make it ketovore. I just implore you to please stay away from the garbage in the store. It's full of soybean and full of canola and all that other garbage. So stay away from that stuff. Make your own or find, better options online. Some people also, when eating ketovore, cook their foods in olive oil or avocado oil or even like coconut oil. And they consider that ketovore because those are basically keto options. And those options are less bad than the, they're considered more healthy vegetable fats than like the seed oils are for sure. I don't ever, but some people do, and they don't have any issues. Just make sure, once again, that when you're buying the stuff in the store, like they're not sneaking in any seed oil bullshit. Avoid that at all cost. Because you'll see in the store olive oils that have like actual canola it's stuck in it and all this kind of stuff. It's crazy. They try to sneak that shit into everything. So ketovore, and then you have carnivore down here. So below carnivore on the list would be your BBBE diet, or beef, bacon, butter, and eggs. And personally, I love this variation of the carnivore diet. All of my best results have come when I've eaten this way. From a weight loss and a health standpoint, nothing that I have found as far as being on a carnivore diet has made me feel or look better than when I eat this way. I'll be actually sliding over to this variation again. Like I said, I bounce back and forth through different variations, but I'll be sliding over to this one sometime around July just to get me back in tip-top shape because I have a vacation coming up in October. And the BBBE diet is exactly as it sounds. You just eat beef, bacon, butter, and eggs, and literally nothing else. And lucky for me, these happen to be basically my 4 favorite foods, so it works. You guys know I'll stand on a mountaintop and scream for eggs, so keeping them as a staple of my diet is essential for me. And as far as strictness goes, this is about as hardcore as I like to get on a carnivore diet, and I'll kind of explain why here in a couple minutes. So below BBBE is the most hardcore option, and that is the Lion diet, which is like the bare bones foundation of the carnivore diet. I look at this one as being more for people with the most like severe health issues, and they find that having it a little more tightened up like this makes them feel the best, and that's fine. This variation is simply beef, salt, and water. That's it. There's no dairy, there's no bacon, no eggs, there's no seasonings. It's just the beef, water, and salt. And I've done it, and it's totally fine, even if it's not totally for me. The reason why is that when you're eating only beef and nothing else, there are certain ways that you need to get certain nutrients. So because I eat eggs on all the other variations, a lot of eggs, I get all the nutrients required to create life because that's all found in an egg, right? And eggs, they're super rich in these nutrients. And when you do the Lion diet, you aren't getting those nutrients, and the muscle meat of the beef does have a lot of quality ingredients, but there are some that you need to get that it just doesn't have. So on more of your Lion diet, from the way I've found it, eating nose to tail is, for me, absolutely essential. And I'm going to level with you. I fucking hate eating organs. I don't like liver. I don't like kidneys. I don't like any of that stuff. I actually do kind of like heart, but that's about it. There's no way in hell that I'm ever going to be eating brain either. Like, these are all superfoods. Trust me. Like, eating organs are taking it to the next level. They're awesome for you. And if you like them, like, that's awesome. Do it. I absolutely don't. And that's okay, and that's why I eat a shit ton of eggs. I find that it just gives me everything I need, and it keeps me running optimally, and I enjoy eating them, so that works for me. There are some other little outlier offshoot variations of the carnivore diet that I haven't done. Like, there's a raw carnivore version, or there's like an egg only diet. And these are a little little much for me, right? I can't see myself sitting down and eating a bowl of raw ground beef like I have. I've seen, there's guys on YouTube who have videos of them doing it. I can't fathom it. And as much as I love eggs too, I can't just eat eggs. I mean, you know, come on, right? Like, if these work for you, please let me know down in the comments. I'd love to hear about it. But that's, you know, these are just, they're too much for me. So like I said, I bounce between a few of these depending on what I'm doing and what my goals are. I even take elements of some and kind of implement them into others. But the point that I'm trying to make is, you know, you find what works for you and you do it that way. You know, some people need to be super strict, and that's okay. It doesn't mean your diet's better than anyone else's. It just gives you the results you're looking for. And if you're not as strict, that works for you too. And you don't have to say, oh, that guy's way too strict. You don't, you know, it doesn't have to be that way. Just find what works for you and be glad you found something to make you lose weight and get healthy. You know, find yours and enjoy all the awesome benefits that come with it. And that's it. So that should about do it for today, guys. If you enjoyed this video or if you got anything out of it, you know, hit like and subscribe and hit that notification bell. You know, leave me a comment and let me know, you know, what awesome carnivore meals you guys are whipping up at home. And as always, you know, I got links to Twitter and Facebook down in the description of this video. Also, head over to lion-dads.com. I got the link to that in the description as well. And you can get a hold of me on there or just learn about a little more about Lion Dads. So I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.